Right then, so job of the day today, before we start stripping the bike down, the intention is to get it complete to pieces and down to the frame. Before we do that, what I want to do is check that the bike actually starts. Gives me an idea of what we might need to do once the engine's off, and it's easier to start it on the bike than have the engine out in the frame and on the bench and fiddle about it that way. So I think the petrol tank is pretty rusty. That's going to have to be pet sealed. So I'm going to take the tank off, connect up a temporary petrol tank with a premix in it, and just kick it over and see what happens. We'll check. We'll pull the plug first, just check that there's a spark, so we're not wasting the time before I do all the petrol piece. If we've got a spark, then it's literally just compression and fuel, and hopefully it'll go. And if it goes, give it a listen, see what it does. And that will dictate then in due course, when I get round to doing the engine, what I'll be expecting. At least I'm not going to get any nasty surprises later on in the project once everything else is coming together. So let's see how that goes. Job one, I can get into some more appropriate attire for getting dirty. First thing we're going to do on the bike is see if we can get it started. So I want to check before I put any fuel through the system and faff about with the tank, is just take the plug out and have a look and see if there's any spark when we kick it. So that's hopefully not that difficult. Well, surprisingly clean actually, all things considered. That's a good start. This looks like it's on. We'll connect it to a ground here. Like that, temporarily. There's no ignition. This is all completely goosed, so I'm guessing that the run switch on the handlebars is the only thing that inhibits the spark. So with that switch to run, let's give her a quick kick and see what happens with the spark, if anything. No spark. Okay. That implies that this run switch isn't connected to much, and we're going to need to fathom out a little bit more to get ourselves into spark country. Plan B. The tank isn't in bad nick, other than where the forks have been smashing into the front of it. I think that's all eminent repairable. That looks actually pretty good. Quite pleased with that. Frame looks okay, so let's have a look here. This is our coil, which does look like it's connected to something. Quite what though, we will find out. Yeah, another grubby covering for the wires. I think it's just the rubber stay for the bottom of the tank, which also holds some of this wiring in as well. Throttle cable. So the bits are there. That's a good start. We shouldn't really need a battery, assuming that we've got the internals working down here. So we'll have a look at that and see what we can see. Take the oil system out. That's disconnected anyway, so we will see if we're able to get at the wiring and follow the wiring through, just trace it through. If I'm not mistaken, connecting one of these little wires here, the black wire from the stator, there we go, allegedly generates the power that goes in to the coil. I'm going to connect it direct to the black wire, I believe it is, off the stator harness. Just connect that straight through to this with a little bit of temporary wiring. Find a spade connector that works. We can poke that into the black connector here. Just get the bare wire and poke the bare wire down the end of here. So hopefully black wire is now connected to the coil. Let's see if we get any kind of spark. Sweet, sparky spark. Hey, how about that? So let's go for a temporary fuel tank. Let's fit this little beast. Get some fuel, zooming towards the carb, and let's see what we need to do. I think this is literally as simple as just literally zip tie it to the frame, connect her up and see what we get. Okay, she's connected, wires in place. We think there's a spark. Hopefully there's some fuel getting through. Hopefully the carb actually works, and if they are truthful about it actually working, we may be able to see it fire up. Let's see what occurs. Let's give it a pump first. Plan B, new spark plug. I've seen the bikes and beard guys starting bikes and having trouble even with the spark, and then changing the spark plug and having some result. So this is actually gapped spot on out of the box. Kicked it a few times to see if it'll get the petrol through, so let's see if it'll actually run.